talking normal volume.
And the reason we're doing this
higher or lower, I will not.
is
this is my normal volume.
Yeah.
No! Put it up. I swear to God.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Sumaluma Dumaluma. I'm a superhuman. What I gotta do to get it 2D, I'm superhuman.
For some reason, dude, when I get this tired, this light makes me want to go and turn it off. You know how when you close your eyes and try and close your eyes when it does the light on, how your vision's pink? Like it doesn't go black. Like when you close your eyes right now, it's not black. Like it's like you can see the light.
You can see the skin.
Yeah, like if you were to close your eyes and then I were to turn the light off, it would get darker, even though your eyes were already closed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that if you tattooed your eyes, you got full black tattoos on your lids, that then when you close your eyes in a room like this, it would be darker?
Yeah.
Do you think that'd be a good idea to do for if you're like having to always sleep, like on planes or something where it's always bright out? Why not?
Sleep next.
Yeah, I guess. But then something's on your head.
Or sunglasses.
But think about how satisfying it would be to be able to go, and it's just black, right?
You just, instead of doing this, you just do this.
That reminds me of the time when we did Omegle.
Oh, yo, Kato, that night
Does anyone know about that besides you and me and Damien?
I don't think so. That night, that was your ass.
That's why I did it more times. I should have just stopped.
Yeah. That night was irritating as hell, dude. I was like cringing so hard at the furries, bro. Furries were just too much.
We should tell the story
drag.
so that we know. So you and we're all three on a Discord call, and I could see your guys' faces and reactions. And then I got on Omegle, where you video chat with random people.
Me and Damien were just Google Duo. We would mute ourselves, and then like they would say something. We'd be like,
you guys duo during.
Yeah, and then after it would end, we would unmute ourselves so that the person couldn't hear us. Me and David were like talking about it the whole time while you were still like, we were like laughing and shit.
Got Davin and Damien here. They're gonna mute themselves. I'm on Omegle. My only interest is and if someone else's interest is it'll match me up with them and they can see this screen here. Hello? Hello? Testing. Hello? Can you hear me? I can hear my own voice going back into your microphone, so I know you can hear me.
Why ask if I can hear you? You know I can hear you.
I was wondering maybe you had like hearing earbuds in or something. I also wasn't sure if you were a guy or a girl, but your voice sounds like a dude. All right, I'm probably gonna move on. Like how he started laughing at the end.
He's literally on there just like, yo, I'm this emo. Oh,
yeah, why is he
emo too?
Yeah, what is he?
Yo, you should do emo as your tag.
Okay, I'll do emo.
I'm looking for an emo girlfriend.
What if we saw that kid, dude?
Dude, literally, what the fuck? I'd even ask. Maybe you should fucking respond, dumb fuck.
I know.
You should ask. Emotion. Fuck boy.
Go.
Yo, man, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Nice. Cool. Do you have a mic? Can you talk, or are you just gonna type? I'm a muter. Mute. Okay. Wait, so when you say you're a mute, are you saying just on Omegle you're not talking, or are you saying you're an actual mute, like someone who doesn't have the ability to talk? It looks like your webcam's broken, but you're still blinking. I'm gonna eat your
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I literally thought you were gonna type lesbo.
Yo, that's a good idea, dude. There's a lot more people on Omegle than I thought.
There could technically be 7 billion people, minus Africa.
Yeah. Remember when that girl said I was hot and had a cute smile? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So what up, man? You like LGBT? Do you identify as anything other than male? Or I'm assuming you're male, but I shouldn't assume. Why'd she skip it? Yo, you awake? Yo, man, you awake? I see an earbud going into your ear. I'm assuming you can hear me, and it looks like you fell asleep, but I'm secretly assuming you can actually hear me and that you're pretending to be asleep. Wake up, and then just skip me. I just want to know if I was right. This is your subconscious speaking. This is your conscience. You haven't spoken in very long. I like your American flag, though. It's very patriotic. All right, man. Sleep well. Yo, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, man.
Yo, what's up?
Nice backdrop.
Hey, thank you. I need it to be a little more straight, though.
Like, I think you have to, like, lower your voice.
Do I need to talk? Do I need to talk like this? Is this a little better? What up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
I saw this girl that looked like a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah? On Omegle?
I can't hear you anymore. She looks like a rotisserie chicken.
How does that work? How does someone look like a rotisserie
I
chicken?
can't hear you anymore. You can keep cutting in and out.
How does someone...
This piece of shit.
How does someone look like a rotisserie chicken?
Get closer to your mic.
They were wearing robes and just unleashed them just like the Cracker. Dude, that's nutty. That's disgusting. I'm sorry you had to see that, dude. Unless you're into that. If you're into that, that's probably cool, but it sucks. I actually went on the adult one to try and find, like, maybe someone who's hot, and it was just constant. I'm not into that. I don't want to see that. Then I saw the girl on, like, this normal Omegle, and she was like, she didn't look all weird. She wasn't, like, old. She said she was 19, and she's like, show me your, and I was like, no, probably not, you know. And then she's like, tell me if my boyfriend's is big, and I was like, and then I thought her boyfriend was, like, gonna walk in, and then she just changed her, like, her screen to just a picture of his, and he was holding up, like, this, like, sunscreen or something. I can't know. It was like 2 inches long, dude.
Dude, the panda, bro.
Yeah, didn't it start with his head on?
Yeah, he had the head on, and when he went...
And his mouth move.
Yeah, his legit... It was like attached to his jaw, so he could move the panda. Oh, that was creepy.
It's so weird.
It was creepy
but
as
like,
fuck.
Do you think you would be, like, say you met a girl finally, and you finally got, like, a girlfriend, right? And it was like you like romance life type of thing for Davin. But then after you started getting to know her a lot, you found out that, like, a thing she was super sexually into was for her to be in her furry, like, personality while you're, like, doing stuff.
That's the thing, is, like, that shit's whack. But that's like, if I developed a relationship with that person and then they were like, oh, weird. And it's just like, it's like the big game. Like, why?
Yeah, but
why
it's
would
not
you get into a relationship and have furry be like on the low? Like,
they should bring that up early in
yeah,
the relationship. They're embarrassed about it, so they, like, don't want to bring it up until they're like. And what if for her it's only a sexual thing too? Like, what if she only wants to do it at sexual times? And, like, you guys hadn't gotten to that point yet, so she didn't want to bring it up. Hey, listen, I know this is weird. I know furries, like, listen, I'm not saying I'm a furry, but dude, just tell me what you think about this. I have this thing that turns me on.
Dude, my brain, but that's the thing.
He's like, you don't have to, Davin. You don't have to do it with me, but I'm just saying it turns me on a lot.
That's the thing, is, in that situation, it'd be different actually being in the situation, because, like, how deep of, like, a relationship is it in that situation? Like, it all depends on that. But at the same time, that's doo-doo. I'd be very mega pissed. Like,
you'd be legitimately annoyed?
Yeah, I'd be legitimately
Yeah, but
irritated.
I think you're thinking it would be a bigger deal than it would be.
No, it's just like, it's literally just like that movie where it's like, falls in love with this guy, the guy falls in love with her, they go through all this stuff, super deep relationship, they go to get, like, married or something, like, because he's, like, super Christian, anti-gay, she's a fucking tranny. They hadn't done anything because he's like, not until married, right?
Yeah.
She's a fucking tranny. She's like, she's telling? Bruh.
That's way different, though. That's way different.
It's the same.
Here's why it's different.
It's the same.
Here's why it's different, though. Tranny changes what you are fully.
So is a furry.
No. Furry is just like
a dragon, fox, wolf, bro.
No, here's the difference, dude. If it was a furry, it would just be in that moment of, like, a sexual thing. That would be something. It's like a fetish.
Dude, that's whack. That's a whack ass fetish.
Sure, like to you.
Yeah, obviously.
But my point is, if you care that much about someone,
that's the thing, is that's not a normal.
Yeah, but I don't see how that's such a weird fetish to you.
That's a whack fetish.
Doesn't everyone have one thing that's just whack about them, like what they're sexually into? Just like one thing is just like super.
Okay, yeah, but there's a difference between.
No, if they're trans,
fetish,
it fully changes who you are 100% of the time.
Alright? Furry fetish is like, nah, dude. I want to fuck a wolf. I want you to be dressed as a wolf. Bro, no.
No, that's not what she would want. She would want to put on,
Yeah, but
while you're
that's whack. I don't want to fuck a wolf.
Here's the difference though. In the this one would just change how she acts just during sexual times. Like if they came out as a trans person, it wouldn't be like only during sexual times you would think about that. It would be 100% of all the time.
No duh.
But like the furry thing, would that change how you think of them 100% of the time? You'd always know like, yeah, but then she puts on that red fox hat. Because it's like still her body and stuff, but she just like has that on. She's like moaning, and then every once in a while she might be like,
Yeah. So if you're in a relationship, that's a big part of the relationship, right?
sex?
Yeah.
I
What?
guess. Depends on the
Fuck.
relationship. What?
That's obviously a big part of it, right?
Okay.
When you develop your relationship further, okay? That's whack as shit. Why would you not?
Okay,
Yeah,
I wouldn't prefer it
furry.
either. It's not like the perfect scenario for my girlfriend. But my point, the reason because like for me, I would immediately obviously start thinking like, oh frick, like she's about to come out as like a full-blown furry, right? Then when she said it's only during sexual time, it's not like I don't want to dress up as a full-blown dragon wolf to go to Comic-Con or something, right? It's just sexual stuff, and it's just the helm, the mask, and the gloves. That's it. Then I'd be like, all right, that's not a big deal. If we did it long enough like that, then it might hit a point where it starts being hot to me just because of how many times we have done stuff with her wearing them. Is that like breakup worthy?
Maybe. That's some whack shit. Furries fucking trigger the fuck out of you. So it's like, if a human being, okay, how can a human being get to that point in a relationship without saying anything? I feel like there's a point before in a relationship that would probably come up.
Well, you would think so, but when it's a super deep, like, sexual fetish type of thing, people are just, one, sort of embarrassed and not, because, like, she likes you enough that she doesn't want to mess stuff up, right? So she's worried about bringing that type of stuff up. Like, you know my weird fetish? But that's such a small thing. Just put on a mask and two gloves.
That's whack.
Just some of the time, not all the time.
That's whack.
Not 100% of the time.
No, that's whack.
That's not very whack.
Especially the worst two parts: the gloves and the mask. Why those? Why those two ones?
Because those are just ones that seem common that everyone has. Would it make you feel better if it was just the gloves?
A little bit.
What
but
about
it's
just the
still
mask?
whack.
Would
No,
you rather?
not the mask?
Because you want to
The
see her
mask
face.
is the worst part.
Mask
yeah.
is the worst. Yeah, I agree. I would 100% want to see her face. Bad for that. Because, like, what if she puts a mask on just so that she doesn't have to fake her facial expressions? And she's just, like, just bored.
You just never know. All
She's
you
like,
see is
no, this will turn me on. I promise.
the tongue.
Yeah, I feel like
The tongue on
there'd
it.
be, like, a big loose open mouth with, like, a big cloth
That
tongue.
would be
that's
like. No, why would there be a tongue?
Of course there'd be a
There'd
tongue.
because you're still supposed to be able to eat with those on.
What?
Remember?
You can eat?
Yeah, he was eating the panda. I swear, bro. Panda was eating.
He was eating? I don't
Panda-
think he was
The
eating,
panda
bro.
ate. He was like,
Ate.
but he had to go. And
He
shove
had
it
to, like-
deep in the panda mouth to get to his mouth.
Imagine being in that mask, right? Everything's like dark. Imagine being in there and you see this, and you know that this big thing's here, but you can't see it, and you have food in your hand, and you're trying to put it in your normal mouth, but you're like reaching through this like tunnel.
Yeah, that'd be like the first time. Second or third time, she's like,
You're like used to it.
he
though.
knows what it is.
He knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, how do you think their vision is? Do you think it's like in a mask when
whack,
it's
it's
normal,
like-
or do you think it's
No.
like
It's fucked.
extra good?
No, it's fucked. It's
They actually
compact
enhance
to
your vision.
eye holes, like your breathing is like super hot in there. So you gotta have like a built-in AC unit, oxygen tank.
It's like a Tony Stark thing where it's like
Yeah.
lights.
all furries, bro. The fucking mech suit.
They're actually like future. Like you go far into the future,
No, it's
and humans are like surviving like this post-apocalyptic world, but they're like in full furry suits. They're like armored.
Nah, dude. The humans are like in resistance, and the furries are just like
Furries take over the world. Yeah.
gamers rise.
No, I saw the study that
Mobile gamers are dumb.
a giant portion of gamers were just mobile gamers because they were like women and like mothers, like people like Natasha. Where they're like don't own a console, they don't have a computer that can run anything, but they're like moms who like play like Candy Crush and stuff.
Yeah, but
Are you not wanting to count those?
that's just gay.
Kids.
Mobile gamer.
But what I'm trying to say is, what do you think the numbers are on PC versus console?
PC.
Do you think
is
console-
definitely less?
Do you think PC is less than console? So you think it's like 40% of gamers?
Yeah.
Or even less? Or more?
Probably a little bit less than 40.
like 37. How much of console do you think is Xbox versus PlayStation? You think it's like 50-50?
I feel like it's close, yeah. I feel like it's probably even, but maybe Xbox. Either Xbox is slightly more, slightly more, but I think it's probably
Obviously.
No. No.
That's like one of the only advantages, like, and everyone's arguing, like, PC versus console. Obviously, PC's better and all this. It's like, yeah, PC's better, of course. No one can deny that. But there are things like that PC gamers will try and fight that they just can't win. Mm-hmm. Stuff like spend $500 one time, never have to worry about the hardware ever again. For like 7 years.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm not going to need to update a driver. I'm not going to, well, like, there are updates, but it's not like, oh, I need to buy a new, like, this piece, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. It's way less maintenance.
Dude, that seems like a dumb choice.
Like Friday Fortnights.
Friday Fortnights.
Weekly Friday Fortnite.
Fridays?
Friday Fortnite. I don't know why I put an S.
Okay. That makes sense.
Unless there is an S.
Or that you can say Friday nights Fortnite. Or Friday
night Fortnite.
Friday Fortnite nights. You could also say to add the S.
Friday night Fortnite.
What are you going to do as far as your kids and video games? Are you going to put like a time limit on how much they can play, or only certain games? Or like maybe they can only play certain age games once they hit a certain age? How are you going to do it?
That shit, doo-doo.
What are you going to do?
That age shit is so dumb.
What are you going to do?
100% I'm going to play games with them. So that'd be what it would
Yeah,
be.
true.
We'd go through different types of games.
Yeah.
But it'd probably hit a point where I'd be like, I don't care what you...
They just be like, whatever. Because they're going to hit points where they play games that are super retarded to you, and you're just going to be like, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Tetris. Dope, right? Ryan loves Tetris.
Yeah.
And then he sees like, I am ready. He's like, oh, dumb. Like, this is stupid.
I don't like this at all.
Like the strategy and like the mental stuff required in like an RTS, like StarCraft or like Age of Mythology, he 100% understands how that can be strategy. But in a first-person shooter, he does not see how there can be any strategy or skill in that at all. And obviously that's retarded. To him, it's probably like those arcade games that you go to where the gun's mounted on the thing and you go and shoot the thing. That's probably what it seems like to him. Because I started thinking about it with myself, and I think for some reason the games that I played when I started out playing video games were like maybe...
Turned you into a conservative.
Never mind. I don't even want to talk about that. I know, dude. You know what I was thinking about is water, dude. I was thinking about water a second ago, and I was thinking about how if I had a water, I'd be like, fudge. And I'd drink it, and then I looked around, and I saw this water right here, and I was like, dang. But then it's not even, it's empty.
I'm very angry.
No, it's gay.
I just pushed that window with all my...
And it was latched?
No, it wasn't. And then I went... all my strength. I went, that's super irritating. Flipped it back up. Open perfectly.
Yeah, so it was latched when you pushed it the first time.
No, it was unlatched. And then I latched it, and I unlatched it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dude.
Yo, I am freaking embarrassed about something, bro. Super, like, this is one of my biggest insecurities now that I never knew I had. First time I noticed it is when we were playing Night Squad. In Night Squad, anytime I would start being focused on the game and like going good, my mouth does this.
Stop, Eli. You are so... It's not fair, dude.
And my tongue starts going and doing something in my mouth, but I can't see what it's doing. But you can tell my tongue's freaking doing something, and my mouth's slightly open, and I'll go, and it becomes like an O, and then I'll like win or whatever, and go, and then like it goes back to normal, you know. But like you can tell, like all of us are, but I'm like, and then suddenly you'll go no and die or whatever, and I'll be like, and it'll be back to normal. Yeah, I'll just like.
Yo, I want to see this. Yo, that makes me think, what if I do something like that?
Dude, I haven't noticed. I would have noticed by now. Do you have any zit story? It's like a zit that you remember, though? It's like something about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you probably don't if you can't think of it. So I've got like 3 pretty good ones. Dang, I can't wait for Davin to get some of those legendary zits where there's a story. But then I realized, frick, he might not ever get them.
Yeah.
And then made me start feeling sad.
The other one today, I walked into the bathroom and I was like, what is this little tiny zit right there? Hit the...
Yeah.
You know,
I can hit the mirror every day.
Damn.
Every single day. Literally, the first thing I do when I wake up is I wake up and I walk into the bathroom and look in the mirror and look everywhere. And every day I have probably at least 2 that are white, like new, brand new out of nowhere. Never had them the day before. And they're just ready. And I can hit the mirror. every morning, and it's like,
That's whack.
did you know, like, there was nights where, like, when I was with Desiree or whatever, where I didn't, like, get up and go straight into the bathroom, or we were in a van or a hotel or something, you know? But I would go like this to tell. I would go and put pressure on every part of my face, and then if I'd hit one point that was sensitive, I could go, yep, get out of it. It's gross. But, like,
That's whack.
yeah. The worst one I ever had, I'll just tell you this one, and it was just a big whitehead, right? But it hurt so bad that you could feel it, like, deep inside of you, and then, like, make your eyes start watering and stuff, and it hurt so bad. But then it was getting worse and worse, and it was when we were going to AIC, and I didn't go to school one day just because of how big it was. It was like something you'd see on, like, a comedy movie that they had, like, stuck on it. That's how big it was. So I go get a needle, centered it right on it, right? And then just went, and it went, and popped and, like, went through, right? And I was expecting, like, a ton of stuff to come out because it was huge, right? Nothing came out. I was like, fudge. And I got a thumbtack, which was thinner than the needle. And so I...
Was it thicker?
No. It was thinner than the stupid gay needle I had. The needle was some homosexual, like, thick needle. And I stabbed it, like, 4 times. And, like, tiny bits would come out. Later that night, I went to the mirror and went as hard as I could from, like, way far away. And I was trying to go, like, under, right? And all this. And suddenly it goes... and it all pops and it goes and drains. But I was looking in the mirror when it happened, and it didn't, like, the way it looked didn't change at all. Didn't look like it popped. Didn't look like anything came out. But you could feel it pop, right? Like, you feel everything go and come out. And I went, what just happened? Like, did that just pop in another reality or something? Like, because it looked the same, right? And I go, what the heck? So I touch it, and what happened is all of it had popped and was under, like, one layer of skin that was on the very top that looked the same. It looked like just what it had always looked like. So when I touched it, the top layer slid. Like, it had disconnected, but I couldn't tell. Like, it was just floating on top of this puddle of pus. So when I touched it, it went and smeared a little bit, right? But this is how bad it was. It went and slid, and since it was too much pressure, pus pushed up into my nostril and down into my mouth. Like, when I touched it, it went. And I went, and I, like, was trying not to throw up, and I, like, grabbed tissue and
And now what?
I got it out of my mouth, out of my nose, and it was a lot, but I, like, wiped everything away, and I can see what it actually was looking like now. Like, before, what I was looking at and popping was just, like, one discolored layer of skin. It wasn't even what was actually going on. You know what I mean? But, like, I'll always remember how confused I was, and then how grossed out I was after touching it. Having
That is so fucking disgusting. Yo, I just thought of one. There's been one, but it wasn't like, it was just weird. Like, I went like this to, like,
okay, no.
Mariah needs to be slapped. So
Yo, I was talking to her
hard.
about that. I talked to her
So
about
hard.
it like a week ago, or it's probably like 2 weeks ago, about your papa here. And she starts laughing and she goes, he just needs to... Okay, tell the story, what happened in the beginning.
Okay, one day, her and her friend just come up.
Was it Mariah and Chantel?
But they're like, let me pop your ear. I'm like, I can't pop an ear. I'm like, you're dumb. It's just retarded, okay? Like, no, you just, and it like pops. And I'm like, that's so dumb. They did it to the other person who's like, wow, whoa. They wouldn't stop bugging about it, and I just go, okay, fine. They grab right here, and they go, they just pull down and like to the side, and my ear.
Wait, they grabbed away, like, your earlobe?
Yeah.
They grabbed, like, your earlobe and pulled down?
Just pulled like down to the side, and it like went. It's a weird scraping noise, and I was like, what the fuck? Felt really weird, and it was like, whoa. Like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. They walk away, okay? Literally, ever since, my right ear is just more deaf, dude. Literally, don't understand.
I feel like it might be in your head. It might just be something you think, but it's not actually.
When they popped it, it wasn't like, I'm gonna be more deaf now, bro. They just ruined my ear. And then it slowly like, oh, I think I'm deaf now, you know? It was just like, wow, they popped it. Not even thinking what it could do. They popped it. It's like, pop your finger. Ooh, it's been popped. This finger's no different than this finger, right? I'm just deaf. I'm more deaf in this ear. This ear is fucked.
Yeah, a long time ago, you were telling me how you were pissed off at her for doing that. And then when I saw her the next time, which was like 2 weeks ago, and Chantel, we all 3 hung out, I was like, you came up somehow, and I was like, yo, Davin's pissed that you popped his ear. She's like, what? Why? And I was like, yeah, you guys came up, and they didn't even remember it. And I like told them the whole thing, and they were like, oh yeah, he just needs to pop it again. And I started laughing. I was like, what do you mean?
No, but
they're like, legitimately, they're like, once you pop it the first time, it makes to where it's something you gotta keep popping, like your fingers. Like, once people start popping their fingers, they gotta keep popping. And I was like, no, but he thinks it like made him more deaf. And they're like, no, it didn't make him more deaf. And I was like, yeah, it might be in his head, but he thinks. And they're like, 100%, he just needs to pop it again and it'll feel better. And I was like,
dude.
You'd be so pissed if you heard that.
That's just popping it. Yo, I'm legit just this ear doesn't hear as good anymore.
Or do you want him to pop the other ear so it's even?
No.
What would you rather? Those are your options.
Literally, it just blows my mind, kid.
Like maybe it's actually making you go more deaf. Like maybe it did pull something to where something's not quite lined up as well, or whatever, to where it is in the other ear, so you are more deaf. But what also could have happened is it started feeling kind of weird, and you're like, and then you got at some point along the line, you were like, what if this made me go more deaf? What if this ruined something? What if this, whatever, you know? And then slowly, as you start hearing stuff, like, oh, maybe I'm not hearing that quite as well out of this ear. You know, and you just like convince yourself, like, why don't you go do a test? You can just easily go do a test, take a hearing test.
And then it's just like, yeah,
well, what if they find out? Yeah, like, what if they coach
like, you think about popping your ears, right?
Okay. I don't know what you're doing with your face there, but.
You make me. I look retarded. But I mean, like, you and your ears go, right?
I don't know how to do that, but okay, I'm listening.
Like when you go from a mountain like back down into the valley. That's like,
I guess when
pop your ears. Like, oh yeah. Any point in time, if I go, it just goes.
Wait, it does the same.
This ear just going like that. This ear's normal. Nothing happened. This ear goes.
Dude, the best part about this is just like a dumb little tiny like innocent thing like that happened to you in high school is just gonna infinitely just your entire life we're always gonna know like Davin's right here is just slightly more messed up. See, the thing that scares me about that is I wanna like in a way I wanna try and pop my ear, but then I also don't because of everything.
Don't do it, bro. Yo, we literally just need Mariah to walk up and just go pop this ear.
No, what we should do, bro? Let's have when Mariah brings us weed. Let's have her pop your other ear and then pop both of my ears at the same time. So that all 4 ears are equal now.
No,
like
I don't understand what happened in my ear. What happened in my ear? Like what?
I don't know. You should Google it. You should Google. Someone pulled my ear.
I just want it to not be less than my ear.
Your tongue is too big to fit in your mouth, and there's nowhere for you to rest your tongue for it to comfortably fit. It's always gonna feel too big. Is it like bugging you now that you're thinking about it?
My tongue fits, bro. I relax my tongue like
weird flex, but okay.
Like this thumb, like not being able to like bend it for a while, you know?
What?
And it was fucked.
Dude, so are those stretch marks on your arms?
Yeah.
How'd you get that scar on your shoulder, on your right shoulder?
I was at work, right? You know how there's flashing up above the brick, that little metal piece? I turned a corner on one of the houses, the fucking metal comes to a point, and it hit my shoulder. Woo! Holy fuck, like it scratched me. There's just a scar, dude. It just scarred. How
did it bleed a ton?
No.
What? Did it even bleed and it scarred?
Yeah.
Yo, that's a big scar.
How gay is that?
That's super gay.
Literally just, I was like, ow, fuck.
Like that's stupid. Like at least if you get a
like,
scar,
when
you want there to be a cool story where it was bleeding for a long time.
Yeah, no, that's fucking stupid.
It's like this normal kid. He's like kind of buff, but like mostly skinny. Takes his shirt off, covered in stretch marks. All up his arms, his chest, his stomach, both arms, his whole back. Just insane stretch marks everywhere. And I'm just retarded. The idea of stretch marks didn't even come into my head. I thought they were just scars. I thought they were just legit just scars from something. Which obviously doesn't make sense. Who's gonna get their entire body cut up? And there's these 2 girls, one of them who was hot, and I was like, where'd you get those scars? And immediately both of them were like, you know, like, oh freak, like, he just said that, what a retard, you know, like obviously they're the stretch marks. And he was like, oh no man, these are stretch marks from blah blah blah. And I was like, well no, yeah I know, they're stretch marks, it's a kind of scar. And I just pulled that out of my butt, right? I just made that up to try and cover for being such an idiot. But it however I said it sounded genius. It sounded like it was like perfect. I was like, genius. It was like, well, yeah, you know, like the way I acted, I was like, obviously, I mean, I'm saying, how'd you get those? And he was like, yeah, man, it was bad, dude. I weighed like 300 pounds. He's like, yo, you want to see a picture? I was like, yeah. Pull it out. Giant fat lard that sort of looked like him, you know? But I was an idiot, dude. I was such a retard.
Scars.
Where'd you get those scars, dude?
Yeah.
No, like there's a thing with arms, like especially this. So between the shoulder and the elbow, something about it. No matter how thick it gets, it doesn't really look bad right there. Obviously, if it starts getting like cellulitis, where it looks like cottage cheese, if it's that fat, then of course it's bad. If you were super fat right now, your arms wouldn't look super fat because it makes you look more strong. You know what I mean?
Like my stomach, yeah, I have
Do
like
you have stretch
some
marks?
like right here.
I have tons on my because of how long it gets, dude. It just stretches the skin every time. Now it's all covered in scars, and it actually feels better for the girl because it added like texture. What do you think causes it? Is it like speed at which you change weight?
Speed at which how? Yes, speed.
Hey Google,
Well, these treat
how long does it take stretch marks to fade?
6 to 12 months from the
Hey,
website
Google.
Cora.com.
Thank you for answering our questions. Go to sleep. So we're
I'm getting mega tired.